Now, Parag, let's talk a little bit about your own journey. Of course, you've seen a couple of generations beforehand, but in your tenure or in your leadership as now, right? You've taken the group to a whole new level. What has been the toughest patch for you, especially as an entrepreneur? And I'm going to use that word because you've tried and learned and done different things, right? And how did you overcome it? Because India is a market which is very, very complex in terms of demographics, and there are always price pressures. You have very established players like Unilever, Tata, and so on, right? So, can you share any particular part of the journey where which you thought that okay, this was the part which made us separate, and what are the things that you did to come to that?
Yeah, so we can talk till the sun goes down on what who all taught me what, and every day is a new experience. Like today morning, I was on the call with an international group of people who were discussing logistics, and there was a time during COVID and even after that, wherein for my business I was not able to get a container at the right price, and sometimes not even get a container, which most of our teas are shipped through the sea. And today it's exactly the opposite. So since last 1 week, we now have empty containers who no one is willing to give freight because there is no business happening ahead of the curve. So every day is a new challenge, and every global thing is impacting India and our business. Because see, we are now having a large footprint in more than 55 countries, as I said earlier, and I cannot expect a one-stop solution for all. Plus, we are very professionally run. So uh, we as owners hardly look at day-to-day running of our businesses, or like you mentioned, Unilever, Tata, bigger than us. Yes, they were at one point of time, but now that is the least of the problem.
Hmm.
Now the problems that we are facing are global in nature. We pick and choose what is something that we are interested or we should be a part of, like the logistics problem I just mentioned is impacting our business and our lives in a very big way. Also the pandemic, during that time, we had around 900 people on our group's payroll, and how to take care of them and their families, how to look at something where no one has an answer. Like I remember, I went and sat with the chief minister of Gujarat, saying that you are telling don't go out of the house, and you don't have a vaccine. Now how do these people work? And a lot of them have infant kids. A lot of them have settled in Gujarat from other states. How do they operate? And he also at that point of time, had no reply. And then the prime minister formed a task force. We were part of that, and then slowly steadily we came out as a nation. We were one of the first people to do a lot of things, and I'm very proud of the fact that our people benefited due to whatever we did during those trying times. Also talent acquisition. Today I think uh, the single largest thing I look at, after looking at how can I buy the best quality of tea that is grown anywhere in the world, is that how I can recruit the best talent available to me today, and how do I retain them. Today it's a big challenge. Like most of the people, I'm sure you are aware, they don't look at loyalty as a trait anymore. They
Hmm.
just look. People are very functional. People are very independent to the level that when you ask them that why have you changed 5 jobs in 2 years, they just look at you and they just laugh it off. So people have become very thick-skinned. At the same time, the quality of workforce, the 1% that is available, is excellent. Means if you can hire and retain the 1% that is available today, I believe they can do wonders for our business. We treat everyone like family, so every employee is more or less a family member for us, and it's a big challenge. Also, we take a lot of initiatives on the CSR front, on things like global warming, things like Medicare, things like education. We have a foundation which pays the fees of the people who can't afford the fees for higher education. So my people, they work with me. We share the same vision, and they give their time and their energy. I just add a little bit of money to that, and that's how we make a difference. So recruiting the right people and maintaining the right family of atmosphere at work is very challenging today, and that's what takes a lot of my time.
And Parag, so what all do you do? This is a challenge that a lot of companies are facing. You shared a few things. How successful has that been? And do you also make these youngsters or the young folks who, as you say, that they're sharp and very talented? Do you give them new assignments? Do you give them new exposure? What are the ways in which you are able to retain them? Because, as you said, loyalty is going down.
Yeah, so I can give you a example wherein a lot of people are now reading in the media that say Dubai has 4 day working and
Hmm.
India has 6 day working.
Hmm.
Now,
Hmm.
why can't we be like Dubai? So then my answer to them is please go to Dubai and see how a 4 day working actually is. You know, it's like no one is free sitting at home at 3 days that you are on not supposed to work. But it's a different, like, a lot of people have incomplete knowledge. So we have the Vagbakri way of doing things. We have our, corporate policies written up in black and white. So then we share it with people and we are very clear from day one that, look, if you are joining us, this is the Vagbakri way. You will have to be eager to forget the past, not look at, what is desirable, rather look at how to give confidence to your employer, which is us. So after 3 years, then we start taking feedback from them. Someone wants to go on a sabbatical, someone wants to pursue some interest. It's something that our HR team discusses with them, and at the end of 3 years, they get into a wonderful dialogue on things like how can we have a better quality of life, how our kids can get a better higher education. We use our international network to get the best colleges or the best opportunities for their second generation, and this is what take things forward.
Absolutely. Fantastic.